This week in Women in Sports, we're gearing up for a new season of soccer with Minnesota Aurora. Hear the special reason you may be wanting to buy season tickets and quick. Then pushing for her Olympic debut someday. This local teen taking it to the next level on the slopes. Plus, punching their ticket to the state tournament in hockey. See why the girls' section championships were such a thriller.
WCCO's Women in Sports, sponsored by Franson Bank and Trust.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Marielle Mohs, and here at WCCO, we are celebrating the highlights of female athletes in this digital segment called Women in Sports. We'll share news stories with you every week right here as we do our part to give these athletes the recognition they deserve. Well, first up, it was a nearly perfect regular season record for the Breck Mustangs this hockey season. 25 wins under their belt earned them the second seed in Class Single A in girls hockey state tournament, and they say this is just the beginning of a very successful run. Two things cemented the section championship for Breck against Westonka South Christian last week. An unstoppable offense like sophomore McKenna Schliemann's third period goal, putting the Mustangs up 3-0. And a goalie who stopped everything. Clara Milinkovic, only a freshman, getting the shutout.
It's unreal, and all the work we've put into it has finally paid off, and it's just, I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
2 years in a row we lost in the semis, but now knowing that we're actually in the state tournament it feels amazing.
This young team of 13 underclassmen are proving they are a dominant force. Schliemann, who has been a lead scorer for the team since 8th grade, made a change this season in her game that raised the success of the entire roster.
She tripled her assists from last year, and so we really challenged her to, hone in on playing a full 200-foot game and, the IQ piece of it, and it's just fun to watch them put all the pieces together.
It's something that excites head coach Trisha Luma, who is leading the squad to the state tournament for the first time in her 5 years at the helm.
They're just so dialed in and so committed, and so it's just so fun to come to the rink every day.
Preparing for the pressure of playing at state, Coach Luma is a guiding light for this moment as a former women's hockey Olympian with Team USA between 1998 and 2006.
It's the same 200 by 85-foot rink you've played games on or practiced on since you were 4 or 5. It's just another game.
With the youthful longevity behind them, the Mustangs hope this is the beginning of many more trips to St. Paul in the postseason.
We're such a good program now, and we deserve the respect.
Well, Blake girls hockey is also back in the state tournament. This will end a 9-year drought. The last time they were at state was in 2017, riding a streak of 5 straight state championship game appearances. And now they're back.
Gosh, I think that's amazing, and I think to be a part of it, especially coming in kind of late, I think it's amazing to, experience this too. I think everyone's just really excited to experience what the state tournament has to offer.
Another big girls hockey section final pitted Minnetonka against Holy Family. Ren Clayton was there for a rivalry that became a double overtime thriller.
For the 6th straight year, Minnetonka and Holy Family met in the Section 2 AA final. It always seems like these games are on a razor's edge, and tonight that could not have been more true. Picking it up early in the third because the last frame was wild. Holy Family led, but on a carried over power play, Minnetonka's Claire Sommerfeld scores top shelf to tie it up. Begin the back and forth. Holy Family responded as Ella Nonweiler slid in front, scores to go in front. She scored on Tonka twice this season. The skipper's turn. Great job of staying with it by Kennedy Hochbaum on the doorstep. That was yet another equalizer, 3-3. But late in the third, Holy Family goes on a 2-on-0 breakaway. Audrey Nichols gives it up, gets it back, and scores. Looked like the game winner. But Tonka goes on a power play with 54 seconds left. A 6-on-4 with the goalie pulled, and Annika Eggert comes up clutch, ties it up 10 seconds from elimination to overtime for the 2nd straight year. And it felt like this game would never end. Chances back and forth in the second OT period. Finally, senior Chloe King does it. The game-winning goals start the Sellies. Holy Family wins 5-4 in overtime.
I don't even know. It's so crazy. Yeah, there's no words for it.
Going back to state, a double overtime. What's the vibe?
I think we're ready, and I think we're going to win states next.
So Holy Family survives, beating Minnetonka in overtime in this game for the second straight year. So now they will go to their second ever state tournament. In Bloomington, Ren Clayton, WCCO Sports.
Congrats to Holy Family. Well, the Gopher women's basketball team holds the all-time series advantage with their rivals in Madison. They got a reprieve before a tough stretch to end their regular season. But Wisconsin put a scare into them, leading by 10 early. Minnesota surged in the second quarter, though, and Mara Braun's three gave the Gophers their first lead and poured it on from there. The Gophers win their 8th straight game with a 83-60 final score. That's 20 wins for the 3rd straight season and earned the Gophers their first top 25 ranking at spot 23. Well, the Gopher gymnastics team has a shot to make a postseason run. Without a win on the road, they wanted to change that, and recently they did. At State College visiting Penn State, Minnesota took control of the meet. With stunning performances on beam and vault, the Gophers win by just over 1 point and improve to 5-3 this season. A young Farmington snowboarder is proving nothing will stop her from competing in the sport she loves. Meet this resilient teen with Olympic dreams. She's a snowboarder that stands out from the rest.
It took a lot of overcoming mental blocks and just being comfortable, like being in the park with all the older people.
13-year-old Brynn Rux is typically one of only a few girls taking on the terrain park at Buck Hill in Burnsville. Picking up the passion at just 2 years old, her training and goals were on track as a national competitor until back pain slowed her down.
I knew it was getting worse, but I was like, it's probably just pain from snowboarding.
Her mom, Stephanie, brought her into a doctor, and when the x-rays came back, they were shocked to find a 56-degree curve in her spine.
Even seeing her x-ray, it looked like it was broken. It didn't look like scoliosis. It'd never been anything that I had ever seen before.
Last summer, Brynn underwent surgery to correct her congenital scoliosis, something Dr. Joseph Paris said was important to do while Brynn was still young.
Doing it a little bit earlier allows us to get a greater degree of correction.
This is Brynn's spine after surgery, 2 rods later, a recovery that typically takes an entire year. But Brynn was back on the slopes within 5 to 6 months.
I know that I've gone through this really hard thing, and nothing's probably going to be scarier than what I just went through.
Your kids will surprise you. They're resilient.
Dr. Para credits 3 decades of technological advances for Brynn's speedy recovery.
We would never let them go back to this level of sport or this quickly.
Some of the mechanics in the physics and what she's doing, it's easier now than it was before.
Brynn has her sights set on 4 years from now.
And that's what I want to be, like the Olympic level or like the world competitions.
Well, the Minnesota curling teams continue to surge at the Milan Cortina Games. It has been win after win for Team USA. For the women from St. Paul Curling Club, an epic comeback, steals in the 9th and 10th against China. This is a walk-off as Team Peterson survives 6-5, improving to 4-1 in Milan.
I'm very lucky and fortunate to have so many people around me that have really helped me get through this. So I just want to say thank you. And go Team USA. It's been so great to watch and really lifted my spirit. So
that's Minnesota Olympian skier Lindsey Vonn. She's still in the hospital, but says she's feeling more like herself. She broke her leg during a run a few weeks ago. On X, Vonn said she'll have more surgeries in the future. She said she's grateful for the letters, stuffed animals, and flowers that fans have sent her. Well, we have a brand new episode of the Women in Sports podcast this week. I recently caught up with Saara Hassoun, president of Minnesota Aurora. This will be her first season leading the club. She left her job in Women's Pro League, Gotham FC, to join Aurora, which is a pre-professional club. She says what drew her to Aurora is the team's compassion for the community they're a part of.
As we kind of roll into our 5th anniversary season, right, we want to celebrate Aurora. We want to celebrate everything this club stands for. We want to celebrate the community that brought us here and the community that is the reason that everybody in the U.S. and abroad knows who Aurora is. It's this community ownership model that makes us special. And what's happening in our community right now, particularly with our immigrant community in the Twin Cities, is really near and dear to our heart. So We, thanks to our fantastic partner, Nate Pence and Pence Homes, for every season ticket sold in 2026, $5 is going to the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota so that they can continue to do the important work they're doing. And we've also dedicated a community collection of our merchandise. So 15% of the sales of all.
Yeah, 15% of the sales will also go to the Immigrant Law Center. There's a reason we're talking about soccer so early. The Aurora's season schedule is out and tickets are for sale now. You can catch that conversation on this week's episode of Women in Sports. You can find it wherever you get your podcasts. We want to end this show this week with a story out of Arizona. One grandma is marking her 90th birthday with her favorite thrilling adventure sport. Cameron Palome shows us how she's keeping a beloved tradition alive.
So you're getting nervous, Mom?
No, I'm not. Are you?
Yes.
Adventure isn't a phase for Laura Bell Sullivan. It's a tradition to live by.
She's got a little screw loose, I think. Yeah. I don't know. She has that ultimate need for thrill.
So when her 90th birthday rolled around, her son Brent already knew what was coming. Not a quiet dinner, not a low-key celebration, but a free fall from 13,000 feet.
Who can say that they're jumping out of a plane with a 90-year-old mom?
From whitewater rafting to hot air balloons to roaring through wine country on a vintage World War II tandem motorcycle, she's spent a lifetime saying yes, earning the nickname Go-Go.
No dust settles on her. She's always open for the next thing.
Have a positive spirit, positive attitude. I like to do adventurous things.
And when it comes to her birthday, Skydive Arizona has welcomed her now for 20 years.
I did it when I was 70. I did it when I was 80. And now I'm starting a new decade. I have to do it again.
This time, though, she'll be accompanied by a generational group, her son and grandkids taking the leap alongside her.
We're going with the seasoned pro, I guess.
Seasoned pro.
Hey, Laura. On the ground, Laura Bell's main squeeze of 68 years Dennis says goodbye before taking his seat alongside 45 of their closest friends and family to watch the show.
More power to her. She's got a lot of guts.
With her loved ones out the door, Laura Bell's number is called, racing 100 miles an hour before her chute is pulled. It's yet another feather in the cap of a woman showing everyone what aging with adventure can look like.
As much as people say, I don't want to turn into my mom, I want to turn into my mom, and my kids want to turn into their go-go.
Oh my gosh, I am inspired. She is so much braver than me. Thanks for watching this week's Women in Sports. I'm Marielle Mohs. We'll be back with more great stories next week.